Hey everybody, this is Perch. I reviewed the new Thor series, the one that Al Ewing is doing. It's intending to be somewhat reminiscent of his work on the Immortal Hulk, and I thought it was okay. The issue didn't blow me away, but it was solid enough. Al Ewing is, for me, one of those very unpredictable writers. I've liked certain things he's done. And then I've thoroughly disliked certain things he's done. I haven't been able to pull out why I like one thing over the other yet. I'm sure there is a reason or some logic or something in there that actually makes it all make sense, but I haven't. Damned if I can figure it out. But at any rate, some of you are sending you a bunch of people sent me this news announcement. So let's see, with a hard dislike, and I think maybe part of the reason is it's reminding people of the storyline they did not like in the Immortal Hulk, which in general, a lot of people did like that run. But this sounds like, well, let's get into it. It says, "Hey, Perch, I hope all's well, and I also hope you continue your channel, at least through the relaunch of X-Men, so we can get your feelings on it. Marvel announced Al Ewing's upcoming story in Thor, and it sounds awful. I've expressed in previous emails that I'm no fan of Al Ewing's work, although I'll admit I still haven't read Immortal Hulk. I tried to go into Immortal Thor with a somewhat Immortal Holes. Oh, what a great title that would be. The Immortal Hole. Anyway, all I could think of is like Courtney Love's band, and I would like that band to die. I think it is already dead for that matter. But anyway, spoken like somebody who was a fan of Kurt Cobain. By the way, if you ever go to Seattle, somebody who is not liked up there, Courtney Love. Now that's changed a little bit. So many years have gone by, but anyway, not that popular. Anyway. All right. Anyway, it says, I tried to go into Immortal Thor, almost did it again, with somewhat of an open mind, but when the big bad was shown to be some dark, mysterious, evil brother of Gaia, and it wasn't Chiton, okay, somebody want to be annoying and correct me in the comments about pronunciation of Chiton? Okay. I gave up on it. But on to the new story. I included a link to the announcement, and considering your reaction to X-Men Green, I can't wait to hear you tear this part too. All right, what is this story that so many people sent me, and why is it driving people nuts? Well, Marvel teases the Roxxon Thor, the Roxxon, Rockin', but it's Roxxon, the band. It says Thor gets transformed into a corporate hero in May. Marvel Comics has revealed a new teaser for Thor, but it's not like you remember him. No, he's the Roxxon Thor, which makes him kind of a mascot for a big corporation if you think about it. It's unclear if this new series, mini-series, or simply a goof of a promo with a different version of Thor popping up in his own book. Set to debut in May of 24, the promo image by Nick Bradshaw appears to show that Dario Agger has gotten his way with Thor. The promo also appears to show Greg Land and Ibrahim Robson taking over the art. Dario Agger, a.k.a. the Minotaur, has been seen in the Immortal Thor in recent issues, handling Thor comics, literally, and appears he's meddling in what we know of as the God of Thunder. More information will be revealed later this week. Roxxon, meanwhile, is an energy company, not unlike ExxonMobil. It's not unlike. It's completely a ripoff of the name. And the idea was, there's a little link on how to read up on Exxon. Jesus Christ. I mean... I feel like people are getting dumber. Anyway, the official solicitation says, for the pages of Immortal Thor, the Roxxon age of comics with 2 X's begins. In his secret identity as AI spokesguru Chad Hammer, the son of Odin knows Mama Gaia is a top priority for heroes and for business. But when a group of insane environmental activists take saving the Earth too far, it's time to show them the wisdom on both sides as Thor. But which god of evil is prompting the kids to rebel? Could it be Loki, god of evil? Featuring an all-star cast of heroes, Minotaur, Executioner, Enchantress, and the Thor truck. This is a story of the Roxxon Thor, and it's a vital part of the Absolution mega event. And then we have this little promo poster with the Minotaur, and we get classic Thor and Sif, and it looks like he's fighting Loki and Valkyrie in a super dude bro version of Hulk. And is Earth the Troll there? All right. Anyway, Uh, okay. Yeah, I mean, looks stupid, sure. I for whatever reason, the head of Roxxon, the Minotaur, this character, Jason Aaron did stuff with him in Thor. He's popped up in a few other places. Al Ewing had him in the Immortal Hulk. I have no idea, and so you're like, well, it's a white dude, that's why. Yeah, okay. I mean, maybe, but I don't know why in the world comic writers go back to this guy as a villain. It is. Do they think it's funny that the CEO, who's a thirsty capitalist, is also a Minotaur creature? Like I mean, there's a joke in here. I don't know. It's just it baffles me a little bit because I think the character is terrible and the storylines he's been in has been largely terrible. I don't know. That's my opinion. Now, you're welcome to, everybody's got their own take on everything, and that's totally fine. You're welcome to your own take. I hate this character. I can't stand it. I think the stories that go along with him are always so absurd. It's like the CEO is stomping around his boardroom as a Minotaur, and it feels like some writers at Marvel are like, it's so funny because he's a white collar capitalist, but he's also a bloodthirsty creature, and for some reason, even though he has committed like countless acts of murder and crimes and everything else, no problem at all. He can be allowed to run a public company, sure. Roxxon has regularly done things that are balls out illegal and been caught by heroes multiple times. It's like heroes like, but there's nothing we can do about this oil company / social media network / everything we don't like. It's wrapped up in this big conglomerate. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't know. To me, and I understand it's weird, and I guess other than saying, yeah, I agree with the letter writer, sounds dumb. It brings up a different point for me, which is, where does your suspension of disbelief start and end? Because it's weird for me to be saying, this is stupid to have this corporation with this Minotaur at the head of it, like, doesn't even make any sense. While simultaneously, you've got, people going through dimensions and giant Galactus planet eater person coming down and everything else. I mean, all that stuff it's just a little disingenuous on my part to say this stuff is stupid. This doesn't make any sense when you've got things don't make any sense all over the place. And that's just what we accept with comics. So what are you willing to accept in comics? Are you why is it, for example, for me, that I can accept a Doctor Doom type sorcerer monarch with his own fictional country who on a regular basis just screws around? It's like, whoa, diplomatic immunity, bitch. And then, the hero's like, oh, I can't do anything to him. He's murdered all these people over there and summoned demons, but he is over the border of Lavernia, and so we can't. We have to respect that. Like, what? Like that? I mean, but I'm willing to accept it. I'm willing to hey, it's comics, it's fun, sure, why not? Okay. But then the Minotaur CEO of a company to me is like, nope, bridge too far. That's just stupid. Why? So examine yourself. You're all reading comics and doing different things. What's your hypocrisy? Be bold. What is the thing that you happily, cheerfully accept? Like I can accept, Green Lantern and Space Police, no problem. But Lex Luthor being allowed to get away with this shit, no. That doesn't make any sense, right? What's the stuff that doesn't make any sense? And where is the line? Help me out. Like, why is it in comics that some stuff looks, is silly beyond all belief, but yeah, okay. And other stuff, it's just, this blows everything up. Why is it, for example, with Roxxon? Because as fate would have it, I'm passing by, and sure enough, there's an Exxon gas station. Do they know that their pretend comic book company is run by a Minotaur? Are they aware? Do they need to do some rebranding? Like, why is it that a very, very what feels lazy? And I understand Roxxon's been around forever. Which, by the way, I guess I'd say on the outset, a lot of us talk about how we want comics to go back, and comics in the 70s and 80s were so much better, and we love them. But there was a lot of stupid shit back then too. Roxxon didn't show up in the last 5 years. This company's been around for a long time, and it really was kind of a lazy just change a couple letters in Exxon because you had a big oil spill and, oil company's bad and everything else. So, they're clearly evil. And, that's how it was. The part that, is maybe numbingly stupid is that you got a comic book news site now having to, explain that Roxxon has a similar sounding name to Exxon, and they may be similar. And here's a link to explore the history of Exxon. Like, what the hell are you doing? Anyway, help me out. What's your hypocrisy? What's stuff you can absolutely tolerate but can't stand? And does it just come down to good writing? That may be it, but Roxxon Exxon is not genius writing. Just throwing it out there. Anyway, thanks for listening.